Howdy y'all, it's Russell back with Gwinnett Lawns in beautiful, oh look at that sky, Atlanta, Georgia. Look at that sunrise. Let's look at the moisture gauge over here. Remember yesterday's video that was just had about 2 inches of water? We working today. All right, so it is Thursday and I've got the truck heating up here. Let me get in here. It's 25 degrees out here, and as much as I don't like and complain about the cold, I'll take it because you can work in this. So I have 19 on the schedule today. So that's how far behind I am. 19 yards. Most of these yards, this will be the final service. So I'm not stressing too much about it. I think the most I've ever done in one day is 12. But this is this is really 4 days worth of yards right now. So there's no way I can, no way possible to get that many done, I don't think, because it's just the driving, and it gets dark. I figure I'll be able to, I need to be off the last yard by about 5:15 or so, because it starts to get dark here. Maybe 5:30, but that's pushing it. So I'm gonna work until I can't work anymore here. And it is it's about 8 or 9 after 8. All right, so yesterday I talked to 2 mower manufacturers. I talked to Bradley about their 52-inch stand-on, and I also talked to Grasshopper. So on the Bradley, I had a couple things that I wanted some answers on about their product, and they were super nice. The guy actually called me back. I left a message yesterday, and I'm gonna try to find. There's just no dealers in Atlanta for Bradley at all. You know what's funny is that they use the same Vanguard engine and the same Hydro Gear ZT 3400 transaxles as a lot of the manufacturers do. Now, Grasshopper uses a pump and motor. They use Parker pumps and motors, which are super heavy duty. The reason that I want to try Grasshopper is because I've heard really good things about them. I've never seen anybody use one around here. The dealer that is closest to me is on the south side of Atlanta, which is it's about the same distance as my Hustler dealer. I'm 6'4", so any stand-on is a little uncomfortable because they're not designed really for people that are my height. So one thing I like about the Grasshopper is that the control station is adjustable up or down like 4 inches. So the other thing that I didn't like about them that I had looked at when people do videos on YouTube, the height increments were only in half-inch height increments instead of 1/4 inch, and I asked the guy, and he said, yeah, that's the 3rd generation Grasshopper ones that are out now. It's in 1/4 inch increments. On the Bradley, also one thing I didn't like that you would have to buy is that the front tires are pneumatic, but he told me that now they produce them where they're non-pneumatic, like most zero turn. They're just hard rubber. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll have to try to figure out a way to try a Bradley out. But I definitely want to try the Grasshopper out. The guy was super nice that I talked to. This guy just goes around and does demos. I think he's the same guy that did a demo for Clemens Lawn Care a while back on YouTube. But anyway, he told me he'd bring out the 52 and the 61. I'm really not interested in a 61. It's too wide. The 52 I can use on almost all my yards if I have to. The other thing I wanted, if you look at the Grasshoppers, they have super aggressive rear tires. And I asked him about that, and he said, well, you can get we have the regular Grassmaster turf tires that you can get. So, and he's like, well, I'll put those on if you want. And I'm like, no, just leave the aggressive tires on there. I want to see how they work. You just have to be careful. And he said it makes a huge difference on hills. So the only stander I've used was my 36 right eye that I had, and of course that's not very good for hills. So I ended up selling it. It was a great mower, but my friend's still using it, and he's got my 54-inch trim star, and I think he got some other Hustler equipment. But so I've got those two I want to test out, and I'm trying to think of what else. I don't know. So I'm not rushing into anything, but I definitely need a mower that is going to give me some higher production. I need a stand-up mower. I'm not interested in a sit-down mower at all. I just want to get a good stander that's 52-inch. That's what I'm looking at. I don't want a 48. That's just not big enough. I know that's only 6 inches difference. So actually, it's 4 inches difference. But the speed at which I can do stuff with, and it's got a 27 horsepower engine. So, of course, the Wright and the Hustler Super S, they have Kawasaki engines, which I would prefer. The Bradley and the Grasshopper have Vanguard engines, which I don't prefer, but a lot of manufacturers use Vanguard engines. So anyway, all right, so that'll be coming up in a video. I asked the guy, is it all right the video and all that? He has no problem with it. So anyway, yeah, so today's route, 19, it's 25 degrees. I'm going to be blowing leaves. There's a lot of moisture in the soil. But yesterday's high winds, it was gusting 30, 40 miles an hour yesterday here. So that was a blessing because it helped to dry things out. And with the temperature dropping yesterday, it helps to wring moisture out of the helps to pull moisture out of the soil. So that's good. I don't think none of my yards, well, yeah, really none of the yards are going to have super aggressive amount of leaves. I don't think. Most of these yards I'm doing, I haven't been there in 3 weeks because of the holiday. So that's good right there. And then next week I will have the other side of the bi-weekly people, and they will most of those will be the final service until March. So, and then of course the next week is Christmas week, so there's nothing getting done during that week. But yeah, I would like to be able, my goal is to knock these out today and tomorrow. So that would be 9 each day. So tomorrow, because the route, it's more, well, some of them I'm going to do today, but the actual route today, if nothing had gotten messed up, would have been a short route. It's only like 7 miles. It's a lot of them in my neighborhood and just within 2 miles of my house, which is good. I'm having to go all the way to Snellville for this first one, and then I have to go all the way to Loganville, and then I'll come back and work my way back this way. try to do the furthest yards away and work back in case something happens later on in the day. That's just what I do. So here is the question. If you guys have 4 days worth of yards to do, how are you going to manage? How will you manage that? So if you're in my situation, it's Thursday. So we got Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to work, if need be. It's going to rain Sunday, supposedly. And I'm not, unless it's an extreme emergency for a customer, I'm not working on Sunday. So I'm trying to that's God's day, so I'm utilizing that and not going to be doing any lawn care on that day. But anyway, so if you are in my situation and you have this many yards to do, how would you manage that? I combined, and I use Yardbook, so I combined all of the yards into a single day, and I basically just routed it to be the shortest route. So the total route, if I could do them all today, would be 57 miles total. And that's 19 stops. So that's that. So yesterday I edited a bunch of videos. If you guys, for those of you guys that care about dirt bike stuff, I edited 11 videos. Yes, the last couple of days from when I went riding on Saturday. So if you guys want to see some dirt bike videos, me riding, the helmet's actually a POV. This camera is mounted on my helmet. Just go over to my Diesel World channel, DIESELWORLD, and you can see that. That's pretty much where I post my dirt bike riding videos. But yeah, those are fun. I pretty much have them broken up into, they have different trails. There's like 40 something different single track trails, single and double track. So I did 11. I was able to break them up into 11. So I've got that. If you want to watch that, if you're bored, I've been riding dirt bikes for 49 years since I was 10. And let's see what else. I think that's probably about it. There's not going to be really anything to show as far as the yards. I may give y'all some updates as I go throughout today. It's going to be a long day, that's for sure. So just tell me how you would manage this. If you have other ideas, I know other people have. I definitely don't know everything, right? I'm just trying to get all these done in the next 3 days, if possible, 2 days, which would be nice. But yep. So let me know that, and if there's anything worthy to talk about after this clip, I'll do that. If not, then I'll see you on the next video.